He was just trying to get to work. Same route, same morning, same small town that had never really seen him as one of their own. But that day, one glance, one word, changed everything. What started as a simple misunderstanding spiraled into something darker, something no one expected and no one can forget. Phones came out, voices rose, and by the time the truth surfaced, it was already too late. Was it fear, hate, or something even more terrifying? Silence. This isn't just his story. It's a mirror we're all forced to look into.
It started like any other morning. Marcus woke up early, brewed his coffee, and double-checked his presentation notes. Today was important. His first week at a new job, a chance to prove himself. The neighborhood was quiet, just the sound of tires on wet pavement and the distant hum of the city waking up. As he stepped outside, he felt proud. Maybe, finally, things were looking up. But not everyone saw it that way. At the bus stop, a stare lingered too long. A whisper carried just loud enough to sting. He tried to ignore it. He always did. What Marcus didn't realize was that this time, walking away wouldn't be enough. Marcus noticed it again. That same stare from the bus stop, now reflected in the window as he sat quietly, earbuds in, but no music playing. He told himself to shake it off. People looked, people judged. He was used to it. But this time it felt different, heavier, deliberate, like something was building that he couldn't see. When he stepped off the bus near his office, the man from earlier followed. Not close enough to make a scene, but close enough to be noticed. Marcus walked faster, trying not to look back. The streets were busy, yet somehow it felt like the world had shrunk. Just him and those footsteps, steady and certain. He reached the building, swiped his card, and exhaled as the doors closed behind him. Safe. Or so he thought. A few hours later, as he was preparing slides for the morning meeting, 2 security officers walked in. They didn't knock. They didn't smile. "Sir, we need to speak with you," one said, hand already resting on his belt. Confused, Marcus followed them into the hallway. "Is something wrong?" he asked. The taller guard avoided eye contact. "We got a report. Someone said you were acting suspicious near the buses." Marcus blinked. "Suspicious? I was waiting for the bus, going to work." But they didn't look convinced. The whispers in the lobby, the glances, he felt them all. Every stare told a story they had already written for him, a story he wasn't allowed to correct. They asked to search his bag. He hesitated, not because he had anything to hide, but because he knew how quickly hesitation could turn dangerous. He handed it over. Laptop, notebook, lunch. The guard's expression didn't change. They walked away, muttering into radios, leaving Marcus standing in the middle of the lobby, eyes burning, heart pounding. Word spread fast. Colleagues who'd barely noticed him before were suddenly curious. Some offered awkward sympathy. Others avoided him altogether. The manager called him in that afternoon. "You understand, Marcus," she said softly. "We have to take every report seriously." He nodded, swallowing the anger rising in his throat. That night, Marcus walked home instead of taking the bus. The air was cold, the streets almost empty. Every sound, a door closing, a car slowing, made his pulse jump. He wanted to believe it was over, but halfway down the block, blue lights flashed behind him. "Sir, can we talk to you for a second?" Same tone, same uncertainty, different uniforms. They said there had been a theft nearby, someone matching his description. Black jacket, gray backpack. Marcus looked down. Both matched. He raised his hand slowly. "I'm just walking home," he said. One officer nodded. The other kept his hand on his holster. And then that frozen second, heart racing, mind spinning, Marcus realized something terrifying. It didn't matter what he said or did. The story was already written for him.
The blue lights painted the street in flashes of fear. Marcus stood frozen, palms open, the cold night air biting at his skin. The officers' radios crackled, static, voices, fragments of a story he couldn't hear but somehow already knew. "Keep your hands where I can see him," one barked. The other moved closer, scanning him like a threat. Marcus's voice trembled. "I didn't do anything. I'm just trying to get home." But they weren't listening. Not really. Their hands twitched near their belts, every second stretching longer than the last.